Hello, everyone. Hebrews chapter 11 is what is known as the faith chapter. Now, in this chapter, we're told what faith is and how important it is, but there are a list of names of people who had great faith that really made an impact upon the world today, and they're listed in the Holy Scriptures. One such person was Moses, and we look in verse number 24. It says, "By faith, Moses, when he became of age, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter." Now, Pharaoh's daughter, when he was a baby, he was put in a basket, and Pharaoh's daughter rescued him and got his own mother. She didn't know it, but it got his mother to nurse him while he was young. And then he was weaned. He went into the palace with Pharaoh's daughter. Now, it is believed by some, and I tend to believe so too, that Moses was probably being nurtured and trained to be the next Pharaoh. But the scripture says when he was of age that he rejected that. And by faith, Moses, when he became of age, that was around 40 years old, the scripture tells us. And then in verse number 27, by faith, he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, for he endured as seeing him who is invisible. Now, what he did was he gave up all the riches and the glory that Egypt had to offer just to defend his people. And we know that he eventually or later became the leader that led Israel out of Egypt into the promised land. Moses gave up, by faith, gave up the temptations and the riches that Egypt had to offer to become a leader of his people. Now, Jesus, he left the glories of heaven, the streets of gold, the presence of his Father. He left all of that, the angelic host, to come to earth, to walk on dusty trails, to suffer and die, that you and I could have life. But he was doing the will of his Father. Just like Moses was doing the will of God when he rejected Egypt. He was doing the will of God. And I want to say to you, friends, that it's important that you and I reject the temptations that are around us, that the enemy is trying to lure us with. And we need to reject all the great riches that the world has to offer and do the will of God so that others can have life. Give of ourselves so that others can have life. Lead others into the promised land. Let's be like Moses. Let's be like Jesus. Well, listen, God bless you. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.